How many houses do you and Mrs. McCain have?
I think I'll let my staff get to you. I'll tell you about it. Because not many of them further. I'll have them get to you.
Okay, thank you.
John McCain didn't answer this question well because he didn't want to get into the legal back and forth about what Cindy McCain and her family own.
Sure.
She's the head of a trust. She's the heiress to a beer distributor. And
that's why he has all these houses. He married a rich woman.
Somebody asked John McCain, how many houses do you have? And he said, I'm not sure. I'll have to check with my staff. So they asked his staff, and he said, at least 4. I guess if you think that being rich means you got to make $5 million, and if you don't know how many houses you have, then it's not surprising that you might think the economy was fundamentally strong.
McCain and wife Cindy, according to real estate records, own at least 7 properties. The DNC skewered the McCain property holdings in this photo travelogue. McCain's staff cited 4 residences, investment properties, and a condo principally used by daughter Meghan. Obama swiftly produced this TV attack ad.
When asked how many houses he owns, McCain lost track. He couldn't remember.
McCain's camp described Obama as the last person suitable to question McCain's common touch. Does a guy who made more than $4 million last year, just got back from a vacation on a private beach in Hawaii, and bought his own $1 million mansion with the help of a convicted felon really want to get into a debate about houses? Said McCain spokesman Brian Rogers in a statement. That's a reference to Obama's $1.6 million mansion in Chicago, a property acquired on the very same day Obama political contributor Tony Rezko bought the adjoining property. Rezko, convicted this year on fraud and corruption charges, later sold a section of his property to Obama, a transaction Obama has since referred to as, quote, boneheaded. Obama's campaign has given more than $150,000 of Rezko-linked contributions to charity.
I guess if you think that being rich means you got to make $5 million,
When Rick Warren asked each candidate, what is rich? Take a listen to this.
I think if you're just talking about income, how about $5 million? The point is that I'm trying to make here, seriously, and I'm sure that comment will be distorted, but the point is that we want to keep people's taxes low and increase revenues.
Rick Warren asked him, how do you define rich? He said, maybe he was joking. He said $5 million. I said, which I guess if you're making $3 million a year, you're middle class.
And there, the second part is Barack Obama on the campaign trail today. So, Charles, John McCain didn't have to look into the crystal ball that long, 2 days before it was hopped on as a soundbite.
I am questioning his judgment. I am questioning his judgment.
It shows an extreme position on abortion. It's essentially infanticide. And also because if he lied about it and he's covered it up over the 4 years, and then he accused those who found out of being liars, it gets to him on the character issue.
Let's talk about Barack Obama. He's being targeted by pro-life groups over a situation in the state Senate, a piece of legislation that essentially protected infants born alive after botched abortions.
Right.
He was asked about this in a CBN interview Saturday night. Let's take a quick listen.
They have not been telling the truth. And, you know, I hate to say that people are lying, but here's a situation where folks are lying. So for people to suggest that I and the Illinois Medical Society, so Illinois' doctors, were somehow in favor of withholding life-saving support from an infant born alive is ridiculous. It defies common sense, and it defies imagination.
Pro-life groups say it demonstrates his extremism. Explain the background on this.
Well, he's calling the pro-lifers liars because they, and it turns out they're not liars. They said correctly that he voted against a bill while in the Illinois legislature that would have protected born alive infants that were born as a result of botched abortions. He voted against that bill. He said at the time, well, there was a national bill that says, there's a national bill that I would support, but this state bill undermines Roe versus Wade. Problem is, when you read the state bill and you read the national bill, they're virtually identical. So the Obama campaign has had to backpedal a little bit from their accusation that the pro-lifers are liars, and now they're putting out this spin that says, well, what he was talking about was a group of bills that he was considering. There was a companion bill that went along with this state, infant born alive bill. And the pro-lifers are saying, wait a minute, these were totally different pieces of legislation. You voted no on this born alive infant bill. Forget about what you said about some companion bill. You're just trying to wiggle out of this.
It shows an extreme position on abortion. It's essentially infanticide. And also because if he lied about it and he's covered it up over the 4 years, and then he accused those who found out of being liars, it gets to him on the character issue.
What point is a baby entitled to human rights?
At the moment of conception. I have a 25-year pro-life record in the Congress, in the Senate, and as President of the United States, I will be a pro-life president, and this presidency will have pro-life policies.
I think that whether you're looking at it from a theological perspective or a scientific perspective, answering that question with specificity, is above my pay grade.
Ladies and Senators McCain and Obama answering the same question from Rick Warren at Saturday night's forum at the Saddleback Church out in California.